it's the world's largest single drop waterfall. And everybody was telling me, you can't take a drone up here because every drone pilot that's done it has lost their drone because there's like a gust of wind that comes up.
Welcome to Elevating Drone Life. Each week, we'll be speaking with professionals from all walks of the drone industry to learn about their experiences, insights, and tips for success. Welcome to Elevating Drone Life.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 11 of Elevating Drone Life. Thank you for being with us. I'm really excited about our guest today for many reasons. We've known Jason for a long time. I was thinking the other day, Jason, about that the first time we met you, you came out for some training, and I don't even remember what year it was. It was a long time ago, and we were out off of Highway 14 in the East Mountains, which will mean nothing to anybody. But I remember I was driving my truck and you were doing subject tracking. I'm sure you remember that. It's wild to think back and kind of
almost
click back in
too.
That's
with the drone,
which would not have mattered. But anyways, well, let me give a little introduction for Jason here, and then we'll get started. But again, I'm really excited that you're here, so thank you. So today's guest,
thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. You're a storyteller in every sense of the word. It's going to be really fun to talk about some of those things. Also an award-winning filmmaker, photographer, visionary, behind the lens, which I think when people see your work, they will believe that statement. You're the founder of Visual 14 and a couple of other companies that we can talk about as well as we kind of get into the conversation. And a graduate of the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. And then you also did some studies at Carnegie Mellon. And then I am going to butcher this, but Domaine de Boucher in France? How bad was that? Say it.
Domaine de Boucher.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
Yeah.
The first part. I got to work on that first part.
Okay, I'll work on it. Yeah, that'll be at the top of my priority list. And then, So his work's been featured all over the place, but a couple of highlights are Hulu, OWN Network. I believe that's Oprah's network, right? That's what that is?
Yeah, Oprah's network. Yeah.
Okay. Amazon Prime, NFL Network, and then you've got drone footage, which obviously is a big reason why you're here, ranging from epic landscapes to some really amazing architectural detail work. And then also very cool, the author of a couple of books. One is The Hustle Equation, which we will talk a little bit about. And then a relatively new release, which is Mocktail Monday. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that as well, because I think that's interesting and probably more of us should pay attention to that. And then I think it was early or spring of 2023, you did a TED Talk and talked about challenging the grind. And the name of your talk was Putting Hustle Culture to Rest. So if you have a few minutes, I would recommend checking that out, because again, we could all take some tips from that and just trying to slow down and take a deep breath for starters, right? So anyways, I think that there's a lot we could get into today, and so we'll not be able to cover it all, but we'll cover some really great things. And so thank you again. Let's just jump in and have you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your journey to what got you to where you are today.
Yeah, so I mean, I started off as an architectural systems designer, and that was my job.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we designed broadcast studios for like the Discovery Channel, Smithsonian, and a whole bunch of other different people, baseball stadiums and things like that. And it was back in 2008. We had a recession and they laid off everybody in the whole firm except for the partners. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And a friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, they're looking for people to photograph hotels. And because I had a background in architecture and I photographed a lot of the architecture for our jobs that we designed, I was able to submit a portfolio, and I got this contract to photograph like 300 hotels for the Holiday Inn when they rebranded back in 2008 and 9, around that time. And that was how I got into creating media for a lot of different people. And that contract lasted so long that I was able to build a business from that. And Yeah. And so that's kind of how I got to where I am today. That was like the little stepping
Yeah.
stone or little stepping block, that got me to many more stepping stones. And now I fly drones and
Yeah.
make videos and everything else.
All the fun stuff. That's really,
Yeah.
I love when these, because I've known you a while. I don't even know how long, probably close to a
Yes,
decade now, which is really
dude,
crazy to think
that's
about.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah. A
seriously,
decade?
seriously.
Wow.
I know, or at least close
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, because you were pretty early in,
Yeah. That was like
with some of the stuff.
2012 that I came down there, I think, to fly around. So at
Wow.
least, yeah, yeah. So a little more than a decade. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Anyways, and I never
Yeah.
knew some of these details. I feel bad that I didn't know those kinds of
Nah,
details.
man, of course.
But know that what strikes me is just how when something seems bad, it can be turned into something good, and that actually happens a lot
Yeah.
in life. So you were laid off, and it propelled you into a career that you've been able to have some success, some really solid success, and that you love, that you enjoy. Like you kind of found your place through
Yeah.
that laying off, which is kind of cool.
And it's funny too, because being laid off, you don't have a choice. Because in the back of your
Right.
mind, like I want to start a business and I want to do this thing, but then when you have your back against the wall, then you start to see all those options and you make things happen. You start to put things in motion, and then you create that thing that you were dreaming of creating. It's interesting because you can do that a lot in life. You just have to
Hmm.
just do it. You need to put forth the work. But a lot of times we're so busy or scared or what have you, and we don't do it. And I didn't have a choice. I
Yeah.
just did it. It just gotta happen.
Yeah. So when that happened, were you already married? Because Jason has a lovely wife, but were you already
Yeah.
married and kind of, was it riskier because of that? Or kind of what was the scenario that you kind of had to launch from?
Yeah. So yeah, I was married. We had been married. So that was 2009 to 3 years. We had been married 3 years. And when I was laid off, so it was beginning of 2008 or somewhere in between there going into 2009. And so when I was laid off for almost 2 years, and, nobody was hiring. I mean, we were in the middle of a recession, and, yet
Yeah.
you couldn't find any jobs. And so I was power washing people's homes and doing a little bit of everything. And when that came up, it was like, well, what else do you have to lose? So I went out and photographed a bunch of hotels down and in DC, in the wharf or in the harbor actually. And
Hmm.
that's what I submitted. And then when I got that call back, I mean, we were excited. So, we were able to benefit from, actually having, me actually having a job now, not being out of work for 2 years. But
Yeah.
it
That's
wasn't her. My
cool.
wife was real supportive. She was there. She supported, all the odd jobs that I was doing. We did have a little bit of money saved up before then, so that was helpful. But yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes it was hard. It was scary because we didn't know what
Yeah.
was going to happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, we have faith, and we're definitely blessed,
Hmm.
and it worked its way
Yeah. That's
out.
cool. It seems like when you're in that scenario, the best thing that one can do is just take the next step. Like
Yeah,
just,
for sure.
what is the next
Just
step?
keep
I'm going
moving
to go
forward.
execute. Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of freezing, which is very easy to do, and go take a nap, a long nap. No,
Yeah.
that's cool. So you're from the northeast part of the country, right?
Yeah, so I'm from Akron, Ohio, actually, and I was born and raised there, and then moved to Pennsylvania, and then from Pennsylvania, I moved to the district, and I was in DC for almost. It's wild when you think about time and you say stuff out loud, but almost 20 years. It was like 18 years,
It
I think I
really
was in
is.
DC.
What took
And
you
then,
to DC?
yeah, so my first job was in DC,
Okay.
and uh, that's where I was designing um, top secret things for NASA and for the government,
Hmm.
and then that job was only a contract for it was about a year and a half, and then I went and started doing the architectural systems design right after that.
Okay.
So
Okay. Wow. So how much, I always like to look backwards and say, okay, how
yeah.
much of the kind of the things that you started doing, you said, because you've used design in a couple of
Hmm.
different contexts, the job
Hmm.
for NASA, or working somehow with NASA, and then doing it in the next phase of designing studios, essentially, you said, right?
Hmm.
How much do you draw from that experience even today in the work that
Yeah.
you do?
So it's design is essentially very similar to engineering, and a lot of those processes of having a system and designing something, I think, translates into uh, flying drones or creating a video and telling a story, right? You still follow a lot of those, the automaticity and the mechanics of actually creating a project from start to finish, right? So I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of that translates. And then a lot of my clients were engineers and architects, and people that, were in the design space. So understanding that space was helpful because I understand the lingo and I was able to communicate with them and, give them a product that help their company out. Right. So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it does translate. And then just the technical side of dealing with cameras and electronics and lighting and all that, I think has a lot to do with design because you're literally designing a three-dimensional space with light or
Yeah.
with camera. So you have to understand all these angles in your head and keep track of it while you're setting something up or getting ready to take a shot and that sort of thing. So
Yeah, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. It's become a theme as we continue to talk to people that one of the things we always hear is understanding the lingo because of experience and understanding kind of the
yeah.
way your potential client is thinking. All those things matter. So for those folks out there that because I know sometimes like when we do these shows, I want to draw from your experience, and what we're finding is a lot of folks that we're talking to they've kind of had success because they've taken kind of what they were doing before and it's really evolved into what they're doing now, but it's been kind of a natural evolution as opposed to like a hard stop right turn, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. But it can still be done if it's the hard stop right turn version. You might just have to spend a little bit more time making sure you understand all those things that somebody that's evolved right along with that kind of workflow, if you will, in their career. It just might be a little bit more work, but it can still be done. It's just nice when it kind of works like you did, design into photography, into creativity and production and so forth. It seems like that's really worked well for you as it does for a lot of people. But so tell us a little bit about kind of we'll call it your day job now. What are you like? What does a typical project look like? What is Jason Flakes working on nowadays?
Man, typical project.
Or an
So I do.
atypical project.
Yeah. No, so I do a lot of documentary type content. So we'll work with a client and we'll make a documentary or a documentary movie about maybe their company or something that they've achieved. Or uh, right now, the project that we're working on is as we're working with different cities and we're telling stories about leadership in those cities. And so we're focusing on how a leader leads in that city and how uh, to them, their city is the greatest city and why it's the greatest city to them and why they're
Mm-hmm.
there. And so a lot of my day to day is setting up the camera and shooting interviews and then shooting some B-roll. And that includes the actual camera work, which is the physical, stationary camera. And then obviously during the B-roll, we're using drones, we're using gimbals, we're using a lot of different devices to capture, a story, to tell a story about that person or that city or that business. Even if it's, a company profile, for us, it's still a more of a documentary type of approach. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, we just like that, like raw storytelling about a person because it feels more authentic and real to me versus some people like to do the showy types of videos, and that's just not my lane. So that's those are the
Yeah.
things that we do day to day. But yeah, that's
How
a
would you,
typical day for me.
That's cool. So you just said something I kind of want to hit on a little bit. You said a lot of people like
Yeah.
to do more showy productions. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because when I look at your stuff, it's just, um, I definitely won't call it showy because that apparently would
Yeah.
be an insult.
No, no,
But
no, no, of
it's just
course. No.
like it's I don't know how to describe it. Like it comes to life. Like it's really good. I don't mean to butter you up,
Yeah.
but
No, no.
I've always liked you. I've always respected your stuff. So what do you mean
Thanks,
by that?
man. Yeah, so I think of like a very produced uh film. So when you think of like a Super Bowl ad, right? It's not a documentary, but we've got some actors
Mm,
and we got a lot of motion graphics and there might be some green screen or some CGI, but there's a lot of layers to those type of videos that uh take you out of the real world per se, if that makes sense.
okay, okay,
So where the content that I create is, it's what the camera is seeing, right? Now, obviously we color grade it and we do some things like that, but
sure.
there's not a lot of layers added in the sense of let's make a script up and let's get said actor to say these lines and that sort of thing. It's like what I kind of like to get what you see is what you get, even though those stories are still finessed a little bit. And obviously, we might have somebody set up a scene of a typical day or set up something
Hmm.
that they do, and then we might shoot it 12 different times to get the right shot and to cut those angles together. But it's not overly produced in the sense of, all right, we're going to have a unicorn float out of the sky and, have some CGI, superhero fly in. You know what I mean? That's not the type of stuff that we do. So that's what
Gotcha.
I do.
Okay, so more. You might have used this word. I don't know, but really
Hmm.
authentic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it sounds like in what you're doing, if you were to do more of the showy side that you just described, that's going to actually be distracting and detracting from what you're actually trying to convey.
Yeah.
It's because
Yeah.
it's gonna put attention on things that we don't need attention on,
For sure. Yeah.
essentially.
If I direct a movie, if you ever see a movie, it'll be a lot of practical effects. So things that people
Okay.
are actually doing versus, um, impractical things. I was trying to think of a director that I really like. I mean, I like Christopher Nolan, but, um, it'd be something similar to that if I actually went a little bit more further into that field. But, yeah,
Okay.
that's where I like to live.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's cool. How did you get into doing that particular genre of highlighting or documentarizing? I don't know what that word is. Creating
Yeah.
documentaries for
Yeah.
cities, and that's really kind of an interesting niche.
Yeah. So, yeah, I started doing hotels.
Hmm.
And through that, we started to film the hotels and do like a day in the life of a general manager. And that was fun. And then I saw a contract from the Virginia Department of Education where they wanted to tell stories about students and how they got to where they are today, right? Through a technical program in high school. And so we did that the first year and I loved it. And I was like, this is amazing. And I liked
Hmm.
telling a story that actually helped people. Cause there's
Yeah.
a lot of people in high school, they don't know what they want to be when they grow up. They don't know how to get there. They don't even know what skill sets they can learn in high school that actually help them achieve, six-figure jobs straight out of high school, right? So I thought that was amazing. And then meeting some of these people just blew my mind. And I like talking to, just such an eclectic group of different people from all walks of life. And after we did that first year, it was 18 videos that we did. And after that, I was like, I love this. And then we went to uh, Guyana in South America and we shot a video with teachers that were doing training uh, to people, way out, indigenous people and indigenous tribes and people way out in the middle of Guyana and close to Brazil and the Amazon. And
Hmm.
I'll never forget that I had a Phantom 4 and we were there and I took it up and we filmed, was it Catchor Falls? It's the world's largest single drop waterfall. And everybody was telling me, you can't take a drone up here because every drone pilot that's done it has lost their drone because there's like a gust of wind that comes up. And I was
Yeah.
like, if I don't get this shot, I'll kill myself. So I had to do it. And I remember,
What good am I as a human?
right. So I remember I took the shot up, I took the drone up and I got the shot and everybody was amazed that I got my drone back. And
Yeah.
for me, it
Of
was like,
course
I'm
you
a good
did.
drone pilot now. Yeah. I felt really good about myself. Like, I'm a good drone pilot now.
That's
But
awesome. I love it.
that opening shot to that documentary that we did, that's still the deal for me. I said that this is something that I can do and I'm good at it. And
Yeah.
it made me want to continue to tell those stories. And then we went to Africa and did a story about, the mining situation in the Congo with cobalt
Oh,
and malachite,
wow.
which cobalt goes in the batteries and malachite is copper. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I fell in love with that kind of content. And I also
Mhm.
feel like it's the kind of content that won't go away as content evolves and as we get more AI and all this new technology. Genuine stories are going to always be around. They've been around since the beginning of time. So,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a safe place as far as creating that type of content. Like keeping up with the technology is a whole nother thing.
Sure.
But,
Sure. No, you're right. I think that something that I think that, and I don't want to get off base here, but as a society, we need things that bring us together. There's so many things tearing us apart, and
Right.
storytelling is one of those things because a good story is usually based in something that we can all kind of either just enjoy or even get behind to take it to another level. And
Yes.
it's clear that is a serious passion of yours, and I love to hear stories of people that have been able to take that, something that you found along the way that you love. It is your passion, and you do it for work. The reality is that's not true for everybody. So it's cool when you see that.
There are still jobs that I have to do that
Sure.
aren't as glamorous, of course.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. I enjoy it, for sure.
Yeah. So you're saying we a lot. And I asked I don't think you know who Keith Stansel is. He was the first episode 9 that I did was with him. Prior to that, PJ was doing these. But anyways, he kept saying we and we and we, and so I asked him, so Keith, tell us about your team. Who's we? And he's like, it's actually just me. But I say that because it makes it sound like a bigger team, which I thought was great. Like, that's a great strategy. But who's your we? Do you have a team or kind of what?
So I agree with Keith 100%, but I do have I have had a couple interns. I had a young lady from Savannah College of Art and Design who was amazing to work with. She was my producer for a while. And then now I have another producer that I work with, and also amazing individual.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are, and then my wife, obviously, she's a big part of the we. So she helps me out a lot. Yeah. But
that's good. I didn't know that either.
That's my we, I think.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay. So there's kind of I would imagine like when you talk about producers and so forth, you guys will joint venture on a project. Is that kind of how that works? No, I'm asking, is that how that works? Or do you guys kind of go pursue projects together, or how have you arranged kind of this partner?
Okay. Yeah, so there have been the pursuit projects together, but a lot of times these are projects that I've acquired, and then I'll sub them out for particular projects to work on with me. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, so I don't know if you had a chance to watch the show with George, but he does a lot. I really kind of respected him in this way, and I kind of think you're kind of thinking in the same way, and that is, like, just make relationships with people that would be a good addition to something that you're trying to do. Not because you want to use people, but because you need relationships and partnerships to kind of make it all happen, right? And it sounds kind of like that's kind of what's happening with you. You just kind of develop relationships, and if a project comes up that someone over here works with, then you'll kind of pull them in, and maybe vice versa to get something done.
Yes. So building relationships is extremely important, especially in this field, because you don't have projects, every day of the week, 24/7. Some firms do, big firms do, but it's important to have, maybe you have an editor or two that you subcontract out for various projects. You have one or two producers that you work with, and then you have other camera people, cameramen, or DPs that you
Mm-hmm.
work with, because there's a lot of projects that you work on that maybe I need to fly a drone and I need a DP to work on some of the other direction and parts of the
Mm-hmm.
project. And sometimes projects scale up really fast. Giant productions, you need multiple people that you can choose
Yeah.
from, and people that are reliable that you've worked with before in the past, and they know your methodology, they know your system, so they can just slide right in and work with you on those different projects. So they may be
Mm-hmm.
projects that I acquire, but then sometimes you need to get lots of people involved. But I just
Yeah.
try to keep. I like working the camera, so I just try to keep it so that I'm always pressing the record or the shutter button. So it's definitely my work. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's cool. So yeah, because part of the reason I bring this up, and I kind of bring it up probably to everybody I talk about,
hmm,
and obviously everybody knows relationships are important. Like that's not new, but just having a mindset of plenty, as opposed to a mindset of, I got to get mine and therefore kind of
yeah,
stay closed off. I think in the long term, you're going to be hurt by that, right? You're not going to achieve what you otherwise could if you see things from a mindset of abundance, right? And I know
exactly.
you, so I know you do, and I think that's a big reason, or is certainly a reason for the success that you've had. So let's talk a little bit about drones, so like
Yeah.
specifically drones, elevating drone life. That's what we call this thing. So
Right.
and you're actually working like on a drone centric project. We'll come back to that. But
Okay.
I would like to have you talk a little bit about kind of in the journey that you've been on. When did you first discover drones? And then when did you say, I need to go get some training and then really kind of integrate them into what I'm doing? How did that morph?
Yeah, so it was about 2010. I started seeing drones everywhere.
That's pretty
And I
early.
remember,
That's pretty early.
yeah. And so I started seeing them then, and then maybe a couple years later, I think some guy flew a drone to the White House or something like that. And I was like, man, well, I'm never going to be able to get involved in this drone thing because they're going to shut it down before it even gets started. And then a little
Yeah.
bit of time went by, and then I got the Phantom 4, and I'm trying to remember what year that came out. But I got a Phantom 4, and I started flying and taking shots, on vacations, and when I would
Mm-hmm.
do hotel projects, I would get, aerial shots for those projects. And through those photographs that I acquired and those deliverables, I bid on a job to photograph the corridor of the Dulles Toll Road. Now, if you don't know, that's the airport that starts in Virginia and goes, the corridor goes into DC.
Okay.
I think it's like 16 miles or something like that. And I submitted drone photography for that. And they hired me to go up in a helicopter and take photos of it because of the drone photography that I shot. And
Interesting.
yeah, and so that was my first big aerial job that I got because of drone photography. And
Okay.
that opened up so many other doors into the types of projects that I was able to do. And so I don't do what, some people do LiDAR and they do a lot of other technical mapping and that sort of thing. I think that was the largest mapping project that I had ever done, but that's not my day-to-day work. It's more artistic deliverables,
Yeah.
progress shots and that sort of thing. So
Right.
that project, because of that, we became a trusted company. People
Yeah.
trusted me and they trusted my name. And so I was able to fly a lot of other projects, especially in Washington, D.C., which is really hard, for people to
Yeah.
get, authorization to fly in that airspace. And so,
Probably the hardest
uh,
in the country, actually.
yes, yeah, definitely. There's a couple of other spots. There's a couple of other spots, but, that are actually harder to fly in, but they're,
Okay.
they're, they're related to the district, but they're you don't know them until you go there fly and you realize, oh, there's a big spot here that I can't fly in. But anyways, I
Yeah.
digress. And so yeah, so that was my initial journey into the drone world. And it was just,
So
shooting travel photos.
interesting. So that first job, you said you bid on it.
Hmm.
Was there like who was the RFP put out by?
The MY, which is, oh man, what does it stand for? Something Washington Airport Authority, something to that
Okay.
effect. But it was, yeah, it's the
So,
Airport Authority of
so
Dulles.
a government authority and you
Hmm.
submitted your proposal essentially and said,
Hmm.
this is who I am. Cause I think a lot of people are intimidated by that. Um,
Yeah.
and, and especially if they're relatively new and you hadn't even been flying much and you said, heck, let's do this, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a friend, a fraternity brother of mine, and his philosophy is throw it over the fence, and if they don't throw it back, then you're good. If they throw it back, then just fix it and throw it back over the fence again. So,
I love it.
so yeah, so it's like, what do you have to lose? You submit the proposal, you don't get the bid, and then if you don't get a bid, then you can easily say, hey, can I have a debrief, right? And then they'll tell you why you didn't get it. And from that information, then you can submit a better bid the next time you bid on a different project, right? So that actually just happened to me. I submitted a bid for a project, which I was somewhat surprised that we didn't get because it was right up our alley.
Hmm.
And then the reason we didn't get it was because they had a deliverable date that somebody else was able to meet 3 days earlier, which, I mean, in some of these cases, they can call you and say, hey, can you adjust your date? But sometimes certain government projects, it just is what it is. So,
Right. They're trying to keep
so we
it
just,
completely objective in their
right,
process. Yeah.
right.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And
But
so,
just out of curiosity, in that
mhm.
particular case, did it not state what the delivery date was? Like
Yeah,
what their
they
deadline
did.
was?
Yeah, they did. And
Okay.
we were still a week earlier from their deadline, but they, somebody else was 3 days earlier than, cause I don't include the weekends as work
Yeah.
days. And so they
Sure.
were including the work days, the weekends. So,
Okay. Well,
so they were able to get it, but the job
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
for me then.
Yeah. No, 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 exactly. But I think that is a really, really great point. Because, and to be quite honest, I haven't done this because as Drone U, we still do drone work, right? Because
Yeah.
the reasons are we want to make sure we're staying up on we want to be
Current.
teaching people from experience, which is why we have people like you in the family, if you will. But asking for a debrief is a phenomenal idea, and you've never had anybody kind of that you know of say, yeah, we don't do that, or no, we're not going to do that in terms of
Yeah. I
giving you that
haven't,
feedback.
I think I may have had one person who didn't respond. Um,
Okay.
and I think it was just because it was a smaller company. I don't think it was something that they had ever even thought about, and they didn't want to attack that. So, but that was like one
Yeah.
out of like hundreds. So,
Huh.
most people understand it, and if it's government, then they have to give you a debrief. So even if they don't want to, they may take their time, but eventually they'll circle around and they have to give you a debrief if you asked for it. So,
That's a
because
really
that's
great
just
thought because
staying transparent.
yeah, yeah. No, that's phenomenal because that being said, if anybody puts in a bid for anything or proposal and you don't get it, at this point, if you're watching this show, there is no excuse for not asking, why did I not get this?
Yeah,
Because that is actually gold in terms of information for the future.
yeah,
That's
yeah, and
huge.
it's really
So,
helpful because that's what helped us get our RFP streamlined so that we started winning more and more projects, right? So
yeah, yeah, really interesting. Did it also make you, and I don't know if you can do this, and in the proposals that we've done, which are not nearly as many as what you've done, a lot of times they don't allow for this kind of thing. But
mhm.
do you ask questions before, like while you're preparing your proposal and before you respond? Like, I'm kind of wondering, there's a little hole here. Can you help us out?
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of times, in many cases, they'll have a question period. And so you could ask
True.
questions up until a certain date, right? So
That's true.
you need to just figure out what questions you want to ask. And I mean, if you know your process, you should have those questions in mind already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody might say, we want 6 videos. Well, how long do you want those videos to be? Because that wasn't included in the RFP. Because 6 videos could be 6 60-minute videos or 6 30-second videos.
Right.
And so asking those questions up front is helpful. And I mean, use ChatGPT. You say, hey, hey, what questions am I missing? Maybe it'll throw some things out that you didn't think of. And
Great idea.
submit those, try to get them in, by the deadline a little bit before, just to make sure that they were seen. And then you wait, and then they'll send back another addendum to that RFP, which has all the questions that everybody asked. And then you can look at the answers there. And some people ask questions that you didn't think of either. So make sure you read those addendums. A lot of people will prepare RFP and never look at the addendums or look at the other questions. And then they miss out on some important information, and then they lose because they didn't look at everything that came out.
Yeah, that's a great idea, because you're never going to think of everything. It's just not possible.
Yeah, it's just not possible.
And depending on who you're submitting a bid to, I think it can help you to ask really good questions, because that's going to make you look that much better. It's going to make them know that you're going to be more prepared. There's a lot of value that can come from asking really good questions as well. In terms of being selected.
Really good questions.
It is. Don't
ask stupid ones.
Right. Well, that could go the other way.
Yeah.
That's very true. But so now, kind of jumping ahead a little bit, tell us about the project that you're currently working on. You've been working on it for a couple of years, right? The Metro Line project and kind of some progress stuff. What's that all about? And how'd you get it? And kind of tell us about that.
Yeah. So there's through the airport job that I did, the pilot that I was flying with, knew that I did drone work, and he had a client that was looking for some drone work because he works with another client that does a lot of helicopter photography. And he said, I know a guy who does drone work. And so that relationship led to a relationship with this other gentleman who he would always do infrastructure type projects. And so we would photograph certain things or film certain things. And sometimes he does marketing. And I was the only person at that time that he knew of that could get clearance to fly or authorization to fly in the no-fly zone. And so we worked on a few projects together, and then he just completely dropped off the radar for a while, for like a year or two. And out of the blue, he called me up and asked me, could I submit him a proposal for the Purple Line? And the Purple Line is 16 miles of train track. It's a light rail that's going across Maryland. It goes through the no-fly zone, and it's like a trolley car, but like a modern day trolley car. It's on track, but it's also on the road, so cars can drive with it. And they just wanted to film the 16 miles all the way across. And
you mean while it was being constructed, or what do you mean?
While it's being built. Yeah. So there was a period where we filmed it when there was nothing there, just grass and streets, and they just kind of spray painted lines on where it was going to go. We filmed and photographed that, in segments, of course. And then, we do progress, on an ongoing basis. And so those are photos and videos that they use to troubleshoot certain areas. They use that information to send out to their constituents and other parties that are working on the project, other engineers, so people know what's going on and where it's at. And then they send it out to people in the community so they can see how far they've come from one point to another. They use it to settle lawsuits when people say, "Oh, you're building a train track on my, through my front yard," and I had some document the city that says you can't do that, and then they can use those images to say, "Well, sir, we were actually here and not there." Or they can use those images to say we lost and we got to pay you a whole bunch of money. So but yeah, it's been 3 years now, and we still got a couple more to go. We're actually flying it tomorrow because they'll be testing the train on the track to see, how it runs. And so we'll get footage of that. We filmed them bringing the train down. So there's that part of the project. And then outside of that project, a different scope of work was they wanted to film them uploading the train onto, 18 wheeler and driving it down 95 from New York, where they build the trains at into DC. So, we got footage of that. And so that's a good project where I myself wasn't able to be there because I was on a different project. And so, a couple of the drone pilots that I work with that I also trained, I had them go out and film from point A to point B, and then send the footage back. And then I had my editor edit that project.
That's really cool. So 3 years, how often do you fly it? Is it pretty steady or is it kind of intermittent or is there
so
a mix?
It was a monthly basis at first. Year 1, year 2, it was like every other month. And so now we're on year 3, and the work that's being done is sometimes hard to see because some of it's underground. And so now we're probably doing it on a quarterly basis.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. And then I think it's going to ramp up in the summer, and we might go back to every other month or monthly, maybe, depending on what's going on.
How it's progressing and so forth.
Correct.
That's really interesting. So in terms of, because that's a pretty interesting, as you know, one of the questions we get more than anything is, how do I price a job? And I understand why people are asking that, right?
Yeah.
This sounds like this one was maybe a little fuzzy in how you price it. So just kind of, you don't have to give numbers if you don't want to, obviously, but how do you handle how you price it and all that stuff?
Yeah, so this was an interesting project because 16 miles is a lot, right? That's a long day out. And you're not just flying it straight. You're taking sections and, doing orbits, and sometimes you're coming down low and you want to show the workers doing certain things. Maybe they're laying track and we want to get shots of that. And then we want to get plan view shots, looking straight down to show it from different angles. So we had to actually go out, and we found a similar area and we did like a test shot just to see how long it would take us. So we knew that typically for us to do 16 miles was going to take 2 days if we're doing all of that for each section. Now, granted, some sections there's not that much and we're just flying straight through just to capture it. But it's about a 2-day job. And you need to have yourself and a visual observer, which is required when you're flying in the district. You need to have it's an on-site communicator is what they call it, who communicates with the FAA in behalf of you, the person flying the drone. And so we did that test, and then we went and did a walkthrough day with the job so we could see like where we need to set up each spot to fly, right? Because
you did that with their people?
Yes. Yeah, we did that with their people.
Okay.
And so sometimes we can get on the construction site, sometimes we can't. And so we needed to figure out what areas we could take off from and what made sense and what our visual line of sight was and all that. And so, so we charge for all of that, right? So that's just a mobilization cost just for us to mobilize, because there's so much that goes into actually us setting this up to do it, right? And then we charge for the actual, project itself. And so I broke that up into sections. So it's going to cost this much for each section for us to do. And then I broke it up into specialty things. So sometimes they'll say, well, we just want you to come back and fly the tunnel. So if we built a tunnel, we're going to fly the drone through the tunnel and pop out on the other side and get some orbits and just make a PR video, right? So we threw that in there as a different cost, and then they figure out their budget, and then they say, all right, so this is what the whole budget is for the whole year. Does that look good to you? And then we look at it and say, yeah, it looks good to us. And so, we'll sign on the dotted line, and then we'll go and, do that for a full year. And then the next year will come, and then some things will change, and then some of the deliverables change, and then we reprice it again every year. So.
Very interesting. Has there been much, this is an interesting project, a lot going on, actually, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Even though it's fairly infrequent, when it happens, it's like all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Have they,
Yes.
because I would imagine when you're doing a project like this over a time frame like this, there's always new ideas like, oh, we didn't think of this. So can you do that? And then you just kind of, yeah, we can do that. It's going to cost this. And they've been comfortable with that process. I'm assuming it's happened. Maybe not.
Yeah. So there are things that, we just tell them, hey, this falls outside of our scope of work, so we got to bill you separately for this. And if you
Okay.
guys are
Yeah.
cool with that, and then they're fine. Like us, that whole follow on the train thing, that was outside of the scope of work that we originally planned for, right? So we get paid
Hmm.
separately for that whole project.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to, this is speaking to our audience, don't be afraid to price for what you're worth, for the value you're bringing, for the complexity of what you're putting together. It might look simple from the outside. It's like a movie. We go watch 2 hours of a movie, and the movie took whatever, a year and thousands of people. It's actually very complex
Yeah.
to make it all come together, right? So you got to make sure that you're pricing your jobs for all that. What are the deliverables, or maybe the primary deliverables? You've alluded to some, but what are kind
Hmm.
of the primary regular deliverables for a job like this that they've wanted?
Yeah. So for them, essentially what they want is a video that is just a reel of the footage that we shot at the end of each job,
Okay.
right? Uh, and we'll create a piece that they can use and put on their social media. However, the deliverable is also all the footage because they have their own
Mm,
PR team that takes all that footage and then they make whatever they want to make with it.
okay.
So I like those deliverables because it's less work. I don't have to edit a
Yeah.
lot and we don't have to sit in the editing booth, but, um, yeah, for me, it's a it's straightforward when it comes to the deliverable side of it. And so what we'll do is we'll fly a day. We have a hard drive. We'll dump everything onto a hard drive. We'll back it up, and then we'll give them that hard drive, and then they can go copy it, and then we'll rinse and repeat every time we go out.
Okay. So your agreement, I assume, gives that all that footage. It gives ownership to both of you to use in this particular
Yes,
case.
yes,
Okay. So you
yes.
obviously wrote
And
that
then
into your contract, which is really important.
yeah, and so licensing is yeah, you really need to think about that because when you're giving somebody
Hmm.
the raw files, and the price goes up, right? Because now
Right. Right.
they can use it for whatever they want to use it for versus you just made them a
Yeah.
video and give them that video. So that's
Exactly.
something you definitely want to think about.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. And so, what drones are you guys using for this job? Phantom 4 still?
Yeah.
It's still a powerhouse.
Definitely not. Definitely not using
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
So Inspire 2 and Mavic Pro 3. So
Okay.
uh
Mavic 3 Pro. Nice.
yeah, I can speak Mavic 3 Pro. I just love that the Mavic drone is just amazing, man. For
Isn't it?
this type of work, yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not having to
it,
do mapping or any photogrammetry or anything like that.
yeah,
So since it's all creative stuff, it's perfect for what you're doing.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's okay. So the Inspire 2, have you thought about an Inspire 3? That's a lot of money.
You know, when it was coming out, I was thinking about it, and then they hit me with that battery time, and I was like, "Come on, guys! Like, what are we doing? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want a drone
true.
that I can fly for." That's the thing. No, that's that. So that was the no for me because they're gonna come up with something else at some point, and then the battery life will be up, and I'll be mad that I spent all this money on the Inspire. So yeah, I want one. It's just I can't justify it right now. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
the
On that note, I'm sorry, go ahead. Were you going to say
No,
something
you know,
else?
you go ahead. Yeah, I was just going to go on a Aspire rant, but we don't need to
Oh,
go on.
all right. I'll save you from yourself. Um, have you been thinking much about the potential DJI ban and what you would do in that scenario? Because especially if you're flying in a no-fly zone in in the district area, as you call it. I guess that's Maryland, but still.
Yeah, it scares
Are
me.
you kicking that can
Um,
down the road like all of us?
yeah, I'm kicking it down the road. I mean, I've thought about the Sony Air Peak drone, but then I think they canceled that, so they're not making those anymore. But
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
yeah, but I don't know. I really like. I've thought about it a lot, and I have no idea who I would want to use because I don't want to use any of them. Um, I
Yeah.
do like my DJI drones. I mean, the quality is there. Safety reasons. I mean, like, I fly. I don't worry about my drone falling out of the sky. When I fly
Yeah.
any other drone, I worry about it falling out of the sky. Um, and with the kind of work that I do and flying where I fly at, um, I don't have those margins for that kind of error and that kind of worry.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening. We're flying sometimes and we're right near Andrews Air Force Base and we're talking to them and they're talking to us and, things have to happen kind of quickly. So, um,
Hmm.
yeah,
I
I
hear
don't know,
you. I
man.
hear you. There's a peace of mind flying DJIs. It is what it is. But, well, if and when it comes to that point, I'm sure we'll be talking about it. We are learning a
Yeah.
lot about all the American drones because we have to. And I don't know. I remain optimistic and hopeful that some American company or two or three can figure something out at least. And there are some that have, but I'm talking like at the scale that DJI does it.
I
Scale
have
plus
little
quality.
faith.
Oh no. I'm surprised you're such an optimistic person.
I am,
But
but not with
so
these drones, man.
that's saying something. That is saying something. Um, so I want to touch on because there's a lesson here, I think, so on this project we've been talking about, you had a
Hmm.
little bit of a incident with the FAA, and I'd just like to hear you tell that story a little bit because that's
Yeah,
pretty interesting. It
yeah,
shocked me, honestly, that they were that interested.
yeah. So when you fly in the district, you need to send out a 24-hour notification, let them know what day, like when, where, and what you're flying, right? And so you send it out, they email you back, and they say, "All right, you're approved to fly for that day," right? And so we finished the project early, and we talked to them on the phone. We didn't use the right terminology, and they didn't know that we were canceling the flight for the next day. And so the next day came, and then they called, and for whatever reason they couldn't get me, so they called my on-site communicator, who called me and said, "Hey man, you need to call the FAA up because they're not happy right now." I'm like, "For what?" And then he's like, "We didn't go up today and we didn't call." I'm like, "Oh shoot, we didn't call them." And I was like, "We should have definitely called them again." And so we get on the phone. And I'm sweating because I'm like, oh man, I just ruined my whole my whole
Oh no.
life not being able to fly in DC anymore. But it was cool. He said we had built such a good reputation in flying with them and flying in the district that, you know, don't do it again though. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can continue to fly here because we like working with you, but don't mess up again because it's
Yeah.
extremely important and serious, especially now with everything that's just going on, right? Um, because they're worried like, well, did something happen to me? Did somebody take my drones and try to fly
Hmm.
them? And pretend that they were me during that time frame, during the window when our operations are supposed to happen. All kind of things can happen, and they just want to
Sure.
just make sure and know what's going on. But yeah, it was like, it was good because it's like, okay, to hear them say that they had a good relationship with us, but it was also
Yep.
scary, like, don't mess up your relationship. So it's important
Yeah.
to be on top of things.
Yeah, no, that's, I think there's a couple of really big things there. One is you can develop a relationship with the FAA that is solid, that is beneficial to your business,
Yeah.
and they're open to that. They want that, right? They're just trying to keep the skies safe. They're imperfect just like all of us are, but that's really interesting to know, and it's cool to know. But number two, they're paying closer attention than you think. Like, I would have
Yes.
never imagined that the fact that you didn't show up and fly would trigger them to take the time and effort to call you. That's a level of attention to the details that I did not
Yeah.
expect. That was really interesting to me. So it's something to be aware of, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. And
But
then
communication,
they're paying attention. I
yeah,
know.
yeah, clearly,
Yeah.
clearly. It's so crazy how fast the time goes. Because I say this all the time, but I could talk to you
Yeah.
for another hour easily. But I guess from here, I kind of just talk a little bit about like what your plans are. What are you looking to in the future? How are drones going to play into that? Do you have some cool projects you're looking at? customers you're going after? Not specific necessarily, but yeah, kind of what is your future looking like?
Yeah, so we're definitely looking at. I really like working with nonprofits, so we're definitely looking into working with a lot more of those to create those
Okay.
short films and documentaries that we want to do. And
Yeah.
then working on this train project. This was a big project for us in the sense of the scope of it, right? Like what we're
Yeah.
actually shooting, and uh, we enjoyed doing the infrastructure stuff. I enjoy it. I love it, and so.
Yeah.
If I could do a lot more of that, which I'm looking for, trying to work with people that, Amtrak, I'll just say it. If I say, it's trains. So try to work
Mm-hmm.
with more projects that are similar to that. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're looking at that. But yeah, we got a couple documentaries coming out, um, possibly a movie in the works, a full feature film. So we'll see,
Really?
what's going on with that. Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Keep me in the loop.
But those are the big things. And then being really into health, mindfulness, and that sort of thing. One of the documentaries that I'm working on is centered around a lot of that. And
Okay.
so I try to use drones in everything that I can.
Yeah.
I love the perspective. I love what it allows you to do, because I try to treat them not just like a drone, but also like a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're flying low and you can do things that you couldn't necessarily do with a camera in a normal film setup, right? So you could follow somebody
Yeah.
down the street, or somebody on a bike, and fly at an angle that normally they would put a camera on a track or have a techno crane. And so I try to simulate those types of shots that are in bigger productions using a drone. And
Mm-hmm.
then it allows us to create some content that you can't tell, is that shot on a drone or what did they use for that? And that's
Yeah.
what I like. I like to create that kind of content. So that's kind of
That's
what we're
cool.
working on right now. Um, I have
Awesome.
another possible book in the making, but we'll see.
I love it. I love it. Well, that's so cool. And then I had every intention of getting to a quick chat about your books, and we never made it there, but people can check them out. We'll have links to both of
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
But I am curious, like really quick, the
Hmm.
mocktail. You told me
Hmm.
the story. You had kind of stopped drinking yourself because of some just it's healthier. We could just put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then you evolved into this Mocktail Monday book, which I still haven't bought. I'm going to because I think I could use it. But yeah, just really quickly, what's that about?
Yeah, so it's just, libations, man. Like everybody likes to drink something, coffee, tea, alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like how we as people like, get together and communicate and enjoy each other's company. And so I wanted to create a way in which you could do that, in which it's not centered around alcohol. And I
Mm-hmm.
also hate going to the bar and asking for a non-alcoholic drink, and then they give me some like a Shirley Temple and some Sprite or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some orange juice and
Yeah.
some Sprite or whatever. But I wanted to create something that that gets us out of that, where you can still have a nice drink. I make a really good smoked old fashioned. So, and then I lost my dad to liver damage, and so
Yeah.
a lot of alcohol is and I never drank a lot to begin with, but when you realize what it actually does to your body, why is that here? Why do we
Yeah.
continue to do it? And such, we don't do it in moderation. We do it, way too regularly. So I just wanted to create some other way that we could socialize. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what Mocktail Monday was. And I started making mocktails every Monday. I have healthy ones that I make. I do ones in the morning that's good for you. So yeah.
I
So
love it.
that's how Mocktail Monday was born.
That's cool. That's cool. I love how you're always doing things that benefit the greater good. Um, Obviously, they help you as well. Kind of probably that's where it kind of is rooted. It's like I'm going to make my life better and myself better. But hey, this can help a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we'll put that out there for people to check out because that's fun. And when you say you make a good smoked old fashioned, you're talking about a mocktail version of it,
Yeah, it's a Mark's version.
right?
I'll send you. Yeah, you follow me on social media at Jason Flakes, and there's a video of one that I made. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, everybody check that out. And Jason, thank you again for your time. I really
Thanks again,
appreciate
man.
it. I know how busy you are, so I've been looking forward to this and glad we could fit it in.
All right. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Elevating Drone Life podcast. If you were inspired, entertained, or learned something new, please share the podcast with your friends and fellow drone enthusiasts. Join us next time as we continue our mission of bringing the real world of drones to life. To learn more about the Drone U family, head to thedroneu.com or for enterprise solutions, propsflightschool.com.